Hi, my name is Deborah Weisz. I'm a trombonist, composer, and educator, and I teach trombone for the Middle School Jazz Academy. I'd like to talk to you today about something that we take for granted that we need to actually live every day, and that's air, and in how we deal with air with playing any kind of wind instrument, in particular the trombone. But today this can apply to any instrument out there that happens to be a wind instrument. So there's two words I want you to think about. One is finger breath, and the other one, which we're going to combine with the finger breath, is called mirror. All right. I'm very influenced by a marvelous tuba player and educator by the name of Arnold Jacobs. And if you don't know who he is, you should definitely Google him and check out his information. There's lots of it out there to learn from. He talked about that we want to breathe as if we're walking around the block. We want to be natural in our breath. But sometimes when we put this instrument up, we kind of forget how to breathe. So here's a little thing that you can do, and if you're an educator, you can have your students do this at any age. It's kind of fun, called the finger breath. So you're going to put your knuckle in front of your mouth like this. And as I bring it up, I'm going to imagine when I'm inhaling that I'm going to inhale my knuckle all the way down into my belly. All right? And then when I exhale, I'm going to imagine that I'm going to blow it all the way across the room. So it's kind of a fun thing to do. And we're going to do this a couple of times. So let's do 3 finger breaths together. Are you ready? You can see how this will be fun with a classroom of young wind players. So as I do that, I'm kind of getting a feeling of that in my body. And when I breathe, I want to breathe as if I'm doing that finger breath when I play my instrument as well. So you can get your whole class together, or if it's just you, picking up your instrument and breathing in, remembering the feeling of that breath you just did. Now you can play that note as long as you want or as short as you want. The idea is to remember the feeling of that breath in your body. That's when I think of body memory. All right? So when I'm in the ensemble and I'm playing, I can retain that body memory of that finger breath. Because of course, when I'm playing music or performing an ensemble, I don't have time to... So I do this when I practice so that I remember it when I play. Now the second thing I want to combine with that is the other word I mentioned called mirror. Arnold Jacobs spoke about that he played 2 tubas, the one in his head and the one that he held in his arms. And he said that the one that he held in his arms was a mirror of the one that he played in his head. So really, we play our instruments up here. And all of our intention gets communicated to our instrument. So we're going to combine the finger breath with the mirror because our breath supports our sound. So let's talk particularly about mirroring the sound that we hear in our head. So oftentimes I'll ask my students at this point to close their eyes and think and hear in their minds the most beautiful sound that they can imagine for themselves. And then breathe in, remembering the finger breath and the feeling of that breath, and playing just one note. So I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to hear my sound in my head. Now, after I've asked my student to do that, I'll ask them, what did you think? So I'll ask you now, what do you think? Take a moment, hear your sound again, remember the feeling of your breath. Each time your student plays or you play, your sound will subtly change. And why is that? Well, there's no limit to our imaginations. Your sound will be as creative as you decide it to be. It can be as beautiful as you make it, and there's no limit to how beautiful your sound can be. So remember that, the finger breath. Remember it in your body as you're playing, and mirror the sound in your head on your instrument.